Very good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining and making the time for our exciting webinar today. I'd like to begin just by welcoming all ladies, gentlemen, esteemed guests, and IT enthusiasts. We are thrilled to welcome you to our exciting webinar, highlighting a partnership that will shape the future of IT management. I am James Mulvey, the MSP Sales Manager at QBS, and it is my privilege to guide you through this exciting collaboration between QBS and Atera, the all-in-one IT platform tailored for IT departments and managed service providers. Together, we are poised to revolutionize the landscape of IT solutions like never before. And this partnership, for us, it marks a new era of innovation and efficiency in the realm of IT solutions. And today, we will dive into the exciting possibilities that this collaboration between QBS and Atera brings, empowering IT technicians and MSPs to elevate their operations to new heights. And for the agenda, we will be beginning with a quick reminder and overview of QBS, and then we will then be moving on to a more of an understanding of Atera and how they are revolutionizing IT management, which will be presented by Omar, the head of partnerships. And then the most exciting part will be seeing Atera live in action, and it will be a high-level demo focusing on the RMM, alerts, patch management, automation, and of course the AI capabilities, and a quick overview of the ticketing and professional services automation. And we have the privilege of being joined by Alex as well, who will be providing the demo and live overview, and he is the technical enablement manager over at Atera. And for those of you that have any questions, please wait until the end. We will be concluding with an expert panel addressing some of the headaches which a lot of MSPs and IT technicians are facing today. And we will also make time for a live Q&A at the end. So to begin with, about QBS, we have been around almost half a century now. We have just celebrated coming up to our 40-year anniversary. And we specialize in the tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 enterprise software. And we are likened to a marketplace, almost like the enterprise software version of the App Store, which we are all very familiar with. And one of the most attractive points for QBS is we are the first UK net carbon neutral distributor. As you all know, the importance of being a sustainability champion in this day and age, something I'm very proud to be able to be a part of. And QBS, we are a global company with over 150 employees and over 6,000 partners. And in short, rather than just being able to provide quotes, we pride ourselves on our ability to help our MSPs and our resellers to sell via education and helping them to identify gaps in their current offerings, and also by communicating the latest trends, finds, and fixes. Also, with partnering with QBS, as you know, you have instant access to over 10,000 publishers at your fingertips, as well as it's really our people that makes a difference. Each partner has a dedicated account manager, and we have our in-house product team to be able to provide support and sales material for most requests. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Omar, the head of partnerships over at Atera, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, James. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. I'll take this opportunity also to thank QBS for partnering with us and for having us spend some time with you today to tell you the story of Atera and the wonderful changes that we bring now into the IT management industry. So it is my pleasure to be here with you together with Alex and Melina as well, who is our partner manager for the UK. Atera has been around for a while, for 8 years, and we started by thinking about how we can help IT managers do their job better. Eventually, the first big story was all-in-one platform, meaning it's an IT management platform, but for the first time, it is RMM coupled with ticketing or professional services automation, but also with remote desktop, patching, reports, a lot of capabilities in one holistic software solution, fully SaaS platform. It makes it very, very easy and very intuitive not to have different patches and different software to manage your IT, and that was the Atera story for many years, all in one solution with a great user experience. The thing that happened in the last year and a half, I think, is the interesting story why we are here today, is really how we adopted AI into the product. Because when OpenAI came to the world, we were happily one of the first ISVs to work closely with Microsoft and integrate that wonderful new technology into every portion of our product. And the result is something very, very interesting that we will share with you today in our demonstration. Let's take the next slide. Actually, we can move even one more slide. I want to tell you a little bit about Atera. We are, as I said, we've been around for 8 years. We have probably close to 13,000 customers in more than 105 countries by now. And that means that many, many endpoints out there are being managed by Atera on a daily basis. And it's really so intuitive and so nice that it gets to so many different customers around the world. One of the other things I will mention here, you can see here some badges from Capterra or G2. Eventually, it's also something that customers really enjoy using. So we're lucky to have a product that people really love. Some of our clients, what you probably recognize some of the brand names here, but we have a lot of clients from different verticals, and maybe other than the famous brands that we see here on the slide, it's useful to say that IT management is needed everywhere, and luckily we can support use cases starting from SMB and going all the way up to enterprise scale in various verticals. As we can see here, it could be hospitality, it could be healthcare, it could be education, and so on and so forth, municipalities, many, many verticals that can implement the solution. And we also have MSPs from different verticals, or MSPs that are vertical specific, that really take this product and get the value to their clients. So what does it mean when we say all-in-one platform? We can take this slide quickly just to have a brief overview. I think that when Alex will take us through the product itself, it will make a lot more sense. But just in a very, very high level architecture here, you can see that the product is hosted on Microsoft Azure as a SaaS platform with the AI suite, of course. We support all the major type of endpoints, meaning Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. Everything is, of course, hugged by all the standards of security and ISO standards that are required by the industry. And then you can see here some of the famous or some of the common capabilities that the platform brings, like patch management, remote monitoring, advanced analytics, IT asset management, and so on and so forth. And that's maybe the secret sauce. How do we bring everything in one database, in one intuitive graphic user interface, to really make it easy for the IT technicians and the entire IT team to manage the endpoints. One of the things that you could see, again, I talked about it, how much we're proud and privileged to partner with Microsoft to really bring the story of OpenAI into the world of IT. That's why we call it AI-powered IT management. You can see this one is actually on the Microsoft website. It's a success story we published together. We are appearing together in various trade shows and speaking opportunities. Eventually really taking IT from one place to a totally different place using this wonderful technology and the way we adopted it into the platform. So I'm almost done with my quick overview of Atera. I want to really give the stage to Alex to take us through the product. I just want to say the things we're going to see right now is all about how to supercharge the IT productivity and really minimize IT downtime. So what we're going to see is on one hand, how we are being proactive about things, and on the other hand, how we can do more with less resources. And it all comes down to this wonderful integration of AI into the product. So I'm stopping here. I'm sure you'll have questions. We can answer them afterwards, but nothing like seeing the real thing. So Alex, the stage is yours, and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Almel. Just share my screen. Awesome. All righty. Great. So everybody, welcome to the platform of Atera. Now, just a quick brief, Atera as a product, we're a SaaS product and we're agent-based. What that means is in terms of onboarding the product to the environment, all we need is to install a single agent on a single device. It's basically going to be a very small Atera package that's running on that specific device, scanning all of the devices and giving us a lot of visibility into what's going on within all of the devices. And I'm just going to show you exactly what we are able to do with this information once we gathered all of the devices. Now, just for a bit of understanding, this is an already fully onboarded environment where we already have a lot of devices. Let's see what we can do with them through the power of AI. First thing I'm going to show you is our thresholds. Now, it is important to make sure that all of the devices are always being monitored. They have no issues, and if there are any issues, administrators are able to always get alerts for these issues that might occur on a device. We use industry standard presets to set up presets on devices. Of course, everything can be customizable, but let's just take an example of a preset right here. We set up a preset that will be applied to any amount of computers we would like to apply this to. And this gives us several things. Of course, first of all, we can monitor a specific thing on the device. We can manage the severity and the percentage of that specific threshold. But where our IT comes into play is the auto healing script. Now, as you know, for example, a CPU, high memory, these are things that are happening on a daily basis. IT administrators always have to treat these issues. They have to either do some automation profiles do some automations on devices. They have to open tickets and do all that. And actually here we are able to allow for auto healing for specific thresholds. Now in this case, for example, CPU load is going to be 95% for 9 minutes. What we're able to do here is to actually apply a script. We can either create a script using our AI, or we can access a script from our shared library. It's either scripts that were written by Atera professionals or by any of our customers that wrote a script that was considered very helpful. They uploaded it, we vetted it, and now we can use it to apply it to thresholds. But just to show you how easy it is, we can create a script straight from Atera. So let's do and device cache. Basically, what we did here is we generated a script that now we can hit on create. This creates this script, and now back on the thresholds, we can actually apply that script like that. And what's going to happen here is through the power of AI, if this specific threshold is breached, there is actually going to be a script created, a script generated and applied to the device level to be able to resolve this issue, meaning that the IT administrator eventually, when they get visibility of this problem, they already have a resolved ticket, a resolved alert that was already treated by a script that was written on the go automatically, as we saw, a 2-minute action, basically. All right. Now, of course, there's a lot more we can do with AI and with scripting. We can do specific monitoring on specific edge cases where we can apply even more scripts to make sure that every use case is covered, as long as it's scriptable, basically. Now, moving in to another great part where we apply also our AI and in general our scripting, so our patching. So let's open patching profile. Patching for laptops. For our patch management and IT automation section of Atera, we're able to do several things. First of all, we're able to make sure that all of the devices are always up to date, and we use all of the official libraries, Windows, Mac, and Linux app library as needed, of course. We can, of course, manage all of the softwares on your devices. We can install software bundles like Zoom or Chrome or Teams and make sure they are always up to date. But another cool thing we can do here is actually also use our AI for scripts. So let's say, for example, an IT administrator is aware that after a specific Windows update, there is some folder created that's taking up 10 gigabytes of memory on the computer. The IT administrator can use the power of scheduling the automation profile and apply a script that actually fixes that issue on the device, for example, clears that folder or removes it from the computer, and we can have it run as frequently as we would like to and time it whenever we would like it to run in order for that specific script to run on a device and make sure that it cleans or clears or checks anything that is within the script. The option is on the IT administrator's hand. Whatever can be automated through a script can be automated through the automation profile, and this is besides managing patches, updates, software, and even upgrading the OS itself. All right, now moving forward to our devices page. Now we've discussed so many features, we've discussed so many devices. Let's see how it looks like once it's fully onboarded. So first of all, there's a lot of actions we can do on a specific device using our AI capabilities. So this is actually a real device. It's currently connected. This is a computer I created for myself. And first thing I want to show you is how we manage AI through the command prompt and PowerShell, which is very powerful tools. Now, let's say, for example, I'm an IT administrator. I would like to check a specific thing on Alex's computer, but I don't actually have the knowledge of what exactly I want to run on the CMD. I personally have not trained on Windows. I'm a Mac person myself, so this for me is very unfamiliar territory. But I would like to check for open ports. So let's do show open ports and hit on generate. What this does is actually generates the command through AI on the user's device. I can run the command as the administrator. I can get the output. And all of this is invisible for the user. So we can actually do a lot of actions on the device itself without the user even being aware of that. And here we leverage our AI, of course, meaning that tier one technician does not have to have a lot of knowledge in many OSs. They can actually use our AI to be faster in the resolutions that they provide to their users. Of course, the same goes with PowerShell. There's a lot of actions that can be done here. Scripts, the same scripts we discussed before, can be run directly on a device, and they can also be created from here. So everything eventually brings you back to the fact that AI is going to empower all of your users and free up their time for the more important tasks that they could actually do now that they don't have to always clear caches and reset passwords and things like that. All right. Now, moving forward to the ticketing. Now, ticketing, again, is a very big part of Atera. We want to make sure that IT administrators have a lot of visibility on the users, on everything that's going on. Everything has to be automated. And here we have a lot of AI capabilities as well, where we can actually proactively fix tickets through our AI. So first of all, going into a ticket, this is a pretty basic, a ticket with a lot of information. All of these fields are, of course, can be changed and can be adjusted to how the IT administrators usually manage their business. But a few cool AI buttons here. So first of all, let's say, for example, there's a recurrent use case. For example, a faulty printer like we have here, and every few days we have a printer that's faulty and we used to fix it. What we can do is leverage our AI to generate an article. Basically, what this does is takes all of the information from within the ticket and creates a knowledge-based article that can be used for future reference for users in order for them to be able to have like a self-service type of capabilities to see, oh, this was fixed 10 times before, and now I have the access to the knowledge-based article. I can get the all of the troubleshooting information that I might need in order to resolve this issue. Another cool thing here is the Copilot button. Now, what the Copilot does is, depending on the ticket and depending on what exactly is going on with the user in that specific ticket, our AI, once we click on the button, is going to first of all give us a summary of the ticket. So if this ticket has been going on for 10, 15, 20 replies, we'll get a summary of the ticket. And what it's going to do next is it's going to understand the issue inside the ticket, and it's going to try and generate possible fixes for that specific issue on the ticket level. So at this point, instead of going to Google and doing, checking chat overflow and things like that, I'm actually able to have the AI work for me and give me some information as to what I should be doing as next steps to mitigate the problem with this specific device. In some cases, depending on the issue that we are currently applying the Copilot on, it will also allow to generate a script. So a button will appear, generate script, it will create a script, and you're also able to apply it on a device remotely. All right. Okay, and I would also like to touch on the alerts page, where we also get some AI capabilities. Now, before we discuss the thresholds, these are the alerts that are generated by these thresholds. Of course, a ticket can be opened for these thresholds if it was not already automated, which is possible. But here we can also leverage the power of our Copilot AI and do basically the same with tickets, but with alerts, where it's going to give us a lot of information on what the alert is about, what are the actions that we should be taking in order to resolve that specific problem, and it gives us a lot of visibility, saves basically a lot of time for the IT technicians. Awesome. Now, if we go back to devices, there's another cool place where we leverage our device. So as part of our, as we discussed before, we install a single agent and we scan a network for 5,000, 10,000 devices. Most of these devices are going to be servers and Windows computers, but some of these devices will be SNMP devices, which is basically any router you might have in your network, or a switch, or even a printer. Now, these devices, usually you cannot install an Atera agent on them, or any agent at this point. But what we offer is the ability to still monitor these devices through an existing agent on one of the devices. Let's go into this NMP device, for example. Now, this is, for example, just any SNMP device on the network. One of the biggest pain points with SNMP devices is getting their OIDs. Now, OIDs are basically correspondent to specific things on that device. Let's say the CPU usage in this case, or even a printer could be an SNMP device with, for example, toner level or a paper being jammed. All of these errors actually have an OID behind them. And these OIDs are not mostly publicly available. They usually come in a vendor booklet, or IT administrators have to look online for these OIDs to enter them into any system that monitors these OIDs, just so they can get any visibility on that. So what we do is leverage AI here to generate the OIDs. Once we click the button, assuming this device did not have any OIDs generated beforehand, what it's going to do is it's going to scour the internet for that specific device type, and it's going to give us all of the available OIDs and their values, and will allow the IT administrator to set specific thresholds for these OIDs, meaning that if, for example, my printer has a paper jam, I can get an alert for that and be a bit more proactive instead of having all these tickets come into play all the time, and me basically handling all the little tasks all around. Awesome. Okay, and I guess last but not least, James, before I move this to you, would be our reporting capabilities. This is in general, there's a lot of visibility here. Now, Atera is split into two platforms, one for MSPs, one for ITDs. I'm MSPs, ITDs is IT department, basically. Now, we're currently looking at the MSP type of things. There's a lot of visibility here. Taking the three first lines here, we'll be able to get a lot of visibility on devices themselves, patches, software, hardware, things that are more technical related, if we want to know on specific versions of OSs and things like that. And here in profitability, since this is an MSP account, we can actually have full control over reporting of how much money our customers spend on us, who's the top spender, the bottom spender, how much time did I spend on a specific customer. Let's say, for example, I provide professional services and 50 hours of my time, an hour of my time is $50. I'll be able to generate a report that shows me that Alex, the technician, has brought $550 into the organization through these following tickets in the month of April, let's say, for example. Now, let's assume that we did not cover your use case here. For any reason, this pretty much covers all of the industry standards. We have our advanced reports. Now, behind our advanced reports is the Google Looker platform, basically. And what you can do here is that if we don't have that report as a preset, we can create a report leveraging the Google Looker capabilities and create any report we would like with any fields, even if they were custom and added by yourselves into here. And we can generate our own things that we would like to see. Doesn't matter in which part of Atera, we offer that through, of course, the power of Looker and our existing experience with the reportings. Awesome. I guess this is it for my high-level demo. James, I'll bring this back to you. Thank you very much, all.
Oh, Alex, thank you very much for that detailed overview there. Just a question on that final module you covered there, covering the advanced analytics and the reporting. From an IT technician or help desk manager perspective, a lot of their KPIs are set on how quickly business critical tickets have been resolved, and also number of tickets resolved. And we see from an MSP's perspective, a huge headache they have is how to accurately bill their customers. So would you be able to drill down or explain whether or not Atera can extract weekly, monthly, or perhaps quarterly usage reports on the number of patches completed, all the way through to number of tickets closed, and perhaps even the business critical tickets, the length of time it took to close?
Yes, that's a great question. We are able to provide that through our reporting, of course. I believe that I can still share my screen. Just wanted to, can you see my screen? Sorry, just to, oh, there it is. Apologies for that. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So, awesome. So let's say, for example, patch, search, and deploy. This is actually a report that is being used a lot. This allows us the ability to see all of the patching reports for all of the devices on a specific customer. So here we have, of course, as a demo environment, we have many customers. So let's say all, for example, but we can choose a specific customer. We can filter by the specific thing we would want to see. And by type of agent, for example, if it's more relevant for us for desktop server or Mac. Once we generate this report, it gives us a rundown on all of the patches, either they installed or uninstalled. And by the way, a cool thing about it is that our reports are actually interactive. So this is a report for patching, but if there's a specific patch that is not installed, we don't have to go to the patch management and install it. We can actually select the patches here. And this is, again, the real live device that we were connected to before. We can hit on install, and it sends all of these patches directly to the device. And this is actually happening live. So my computer is being updated right now. So yeah, so this shows a lot of visibility into patching and deployment. Of course, there's, for example, our load analysis, where we can select a specific time period, going all the way upwards to 120 days. I think we can actually do more, or we can choose a specific customer, the ticket priority and the ticket impact and the ticket source, depending on whatever you want to see. But we're going to do all right now because we want to see all of that information. And we can actually see a full breakdown of even times of ticket arrivals, and the load of the tickets on your system as IT administrators that are currently handling all of these tickets. So this gives a lot more visibility. Of course, there's a lot more we can see here. We can see an auditor report. This is, for example, a very, very cool report that we have that shows a lot of information. I just want to show to you, let's do this. And this report gives us a breakdown of all of the devices within that specific customer. In this case, is Village Dental. All of their workstations broken down to what OS they have. If they have Office installed, and antivirus, their bare metal information, and software information. And all of this is visible and exportable from this specific report. So there's a lot of visibility here. We're going down to the bare metal of the device, just so we can give you a lot of visibility, and you are able to do whatever you need to do with all of this available information in one single pane of glass, instead of going through multiple windows. Now, in terms of customers, adding customers and managing customers is as easy as 1, 2, 3. We have here all of these customers that we've added. It goes as simply as typing all of the information of the customer, and we can do QBS, and I'm just going to skip all of this information. Now, a lot can be done here in general in terms of contracts. You can have contracts for each customer. You can have the billing period, or what is the rate for this specific customer, and all of this can be managed, created on Atera, managed through Atera, and reported by Atera. Now, we're just going to use all the default ones, and we're going to create an SLA, or use any of the existing SLAs. This is, again, fully customizable. We can select already a default threshold profiles, the one that we created beforehand, and apply it already. We'll create a user that we can talk to, and the customer is now created. Here it is. If we go back to customers, we're going to have him right here. And now we can start populating this customer with the Atera device, with the company's devices, with the Atera on them. And we can start applying profiles and thresholds and updates on that specific account, having full granularity and control over the amounts of accounts that we have, and being able to split them up between, of course, what is relevant and what isn't.
Wow, thank you very much for that, Alex. And the second question I have there is quite a popular question whenever anyone hears about the power of AI and the scripting as well. Have you guys got a use case of an MSP that's harnessing the power of AI around the generating scripts, or perhaps an MSP harnessing the power of AI? Any use cases we can include?
So, do you hear me? Hi, everyone. Thank you, Alex, for the whole explanation, and James, QVS, everyone for inviting us. So, for a specific use case, as Omer mentioned, we have more than 12,000 customers around the world. I will say at least half of them are MSPs. We did start working with a big MSP in Germany a couple of months ago. They had around 22 different sites, the whole country, and basically they were using more basic tools for their patch management, for their software installation. They had a ticketing system separately, so every time they wanted to open a ticket or receive an alert, they were dealing with these different functionalities on 2 different tools. Basically, they got to the situation where they grew so much, and they had around, I think, 500 customers that they were trying to manage through the whole, the entire organization and through the whole country. And they tried our solution a couple of months ago. They saw the integration that we have between the RMM and the ticketing side, and basically they start using these automations. Then we offer them, and we included the whole AI suite that Alex just explained. So they also start working and using their script generator and the OID generator and the ticketing summaries. So basically we got to this conclusion. I will show you a couple of numbers right away. 1 second, sorry about this. Just let me know that you see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can click on slideshow, it will work.
Okay, great. So after we got to some conclusions, we see not only for these specific customers, we did a research for a lot of our customers in our database, and we see that before using the AIT suite that Atera is proposing, they were dealing and they were resolving around 7 tickets per day per technician. As I mentioned, they had more than 20 sites, and I think they are around at least 50 or more technicians. And after AIT or using the AI-powered IT management platform that Atera can offer, they were resolving around 70 tickets per day per technician. The same goes for the average response time. You see here we have around 1 hour that they were trying to respond each ticket they were getting until they get to the first response, and then of course it takes times until the final resolution. And with AIT, so we diminished that to only 3 seconds for the first response time. Then for the resolution time, they were spending around 4 hours up to 8 hours resolution time for each one of the tickets. And with AIT, they were getting to 10 minutes. Why? Because they were using our ticketing summary, the whole Copilot suite that we are offering. They were getting the summaries in bullet points, in different paragraphs. We were recommending them different solutions. And this is very important because we are not only an AI-powered IT management platform, we also offer an AI action. That means that they can click on a couple of buttons and basically resolve the ticket from the same dashboard, from the same platform. They don't have to go to different platforms or different tools to get the alert and to resolve the ticket itself, rather that we have everything integrated in one on the centralized platform. So that's a little bit the idea and the use case we can bring here.
Really appreciate that, Melina. Thank you very much. I think we hear quite a lot in the industry, single pane of glass. This is, you know, to me, this is what a single pane of glass is. I think Atera has really raised the benchmark to what people mean when they say all in one or single pane of glass. And this going from 7 tickets without the AI-powered IT to 70, I think it's the most common request from help desk managers is that of, help, I'm locked out, can I reset my password, or the printer's out of ink. These kind of repetitive tasks can just be automated, and that way it allows the IT managers, technicians, MSPs to repurpose their time for work that actually requires their attention, such as the business critical ticket. So just seeing this simple breakdown, that is it's very impressive. Thank you for that.
Also, I wanted, James, before we go to the Q&A section, maybe try to summarize Alex's explanation and presentation, and also some of the added values that we have with Atera. So we already explained you about the all-in-one. Omer also mentioned, but just as a reminder, we do offer everything on one same license. So basically the RMM, the remote access, different tools that we have integrated, the help desk capabilities, ticketing, billing, reporting, everything in one centralized platform. And that's basically one of our huge benefits, because we are allowing MSPs and any organization and company in the world to manage their whole IT operations in one place. Also, we have our amazing pricing model, which is price per technician. This allows all the MSPs that manage a lot of customers to monitor unlimited amount of devices and end users. Basically, from here, you only have to grow as your team, as more technicians that you can add every time using Atera. But basically, our pricing is for unlimited devices, and we only price per technician. So this is super beneficial for those MSPs that are growing and managing more and more customers. You will be able to grow and scale with our platform. As a third point, I will mention, of course, the AI-powered IT. We talk about through the whole webinar today. Basically, we are trying to improve this efficiency and quickly achieve these results, giving you more automated tasks, recommending, suggesting, or giving you some of for problems that you can resolve with the AI. Also, IT automations rules that you can do with our different processes, from creating a profile patch management or IT automation profile, from the threshold profiles that you can also build with Atera. And basically these manual tasks that maybe you're doing right now with different tools or with basic tools, you will be able to do this more efficiency with this kind of solutions. Finally, I will mention our easy-to-use platform and interface. You already saw this during Alex's presentation. It's very intuitive. Our UX UI is very friendly and easy to use for all MSPs and for all organizations and IT technicians and IT departments that are looking for a simple and clear platform. And finally, we do have a very, very basic and easy, quick onboarding that you can do deploying the agents that we mentioned before. We have a 24/7 support, which our SLA is less than 1 minute. So you will get all the support that you need through the whole implementation, onboarding, and also on the ongoing processes. So just to summarize everything, in our added values, as Alex mentioned, just as a reminder, all of the offering that we have regarding AI script generator, OIDs, the whole copilot for the technicians to be more efficient. And of course, we are starting also to develop more autopilot capabilities to help also the end users. So James, sending now to you.
Thanks, Melina. Can see some questions building up there. A lot of them are questions we get we also get on a daily basis. And the first one is starting with security, of course. Say, does Atera have SOC 2 and ISO 27701 certifications? And could you confirm where the Atera servers are located?
Yeah, I wanted to mention also this before. So we are investing a lot in security. We have an entire team making this compliance easier for our customers. So we do have SOC Type 1, SOC Type 2, all the ISO certifications that you see here. We are also GDPR compliance. We have privacy policies, DPA, IPA, and much more. We do have an atera.com/trust page, so you can visit and find there all of our compliance and security topics. And also we have 2 different data centers, one in the United States and one in Netherlands for all of our European customers.
Thank you, Melina. And the second question, of course, is around the licensing model. It's you mentioned it was license per technician license, and each technician license can monitor unlimited number of nodes. So the question is around unlimited. They said, are there any exceptions here?
So for now, no exceptions. Basically, with one simple license for one technician, that specific technician can monitor unlimited amount of devices, different type of devices, create new users without no limitation.
Thank you. And the third question we have is which remote applications can be used with Atera?
So we have integrations with Splashtop and AnyDesk. They already come with our license, so those are not licenses that the customer or the MSP have to acquire separately. It already comes integrated with the Atera solution. And also, if you have some licenses from TeamViewer or Screen Connect, you will be able to also integrate those licenses that you bring by yourself with the Atera platform.
We have 2 or 3 others. The next question being, can I generate tickets from alerts?
Yeah, I think Alex showed it, but basically, if I'm not mistaken, in any dashboard that you see in Atera, you will be able to create tickets. So also from the alerts, you can create manually a ticket regarding that specific alert. But also we have an automation rule that you can predefine that every alert from certain severity can create a ticket and will be assigned to a specific technician on your team. So that's also possible with Atera.
See, and the next one is, does the Atera patch management functionality, does that also apply for third-party applications or only OS?
So yeah, both of them. Also for the OS, as Alex explained, you can build your own patch management profile and assign it to your Windows, Linux, or Mac devices. And also we have integration with Chocolately for Windows and Homebrew for Mac, 2 very big repositories where we have more than 10,000 different applications, where you will be able to install that software in your devices through these profiles that you are building. And also we will be in charge of the whole patch management, upgrades, and updates of these applications as well. Okay.
And the final question we have there is around the free trial. Is this an option, and how long is it, and does it include all of this functionality we've covered today?
Sure. So we have a 30 days free trial for all of the potential customers that want to try our solution. I will say 80% of the features that you saw here are already included in the trial. And also, of course, if you need a specific feature like network discovery or a more enterprise package to try the solution, through QBS, you will be able to allow that for specific potential customers. So if I'm not mistaken, James, from QBS, we will be sending an email for all the participants that are here hearing us, with also a link to join and sign up for the free trial version. So you will be able to try the solution for 30 days, and afterwards we'll be able also to book a demo, technical sessions, or anything you need for your specific needs.
And just one more question's popped in the chat.
Sure.
Can Atera work on all devices?
Can Atera what?
It says, can Atera work on all devices?
All devices?
Yeah, I think you perhaps mentioned that with there not being any exceptions to the unlimited nodes, but yeah, can Atera work on all devices is the question we have.
Windows, Linux, Mac OS, maybe. That's something we cover. Yeah.
Yeah. If they have operative system, they're connected to the network. That's possible from our side. We install the agent. The agent can be installed in different ways through the platform itself, included our network discovery and scanning and tool. And yeah, and if it's an SNMP device, as Alex mentioned, a printer, a firewall, a switch, a router, so no need of deploying any agent, but you will be able to add that specific device in the Atera dashboard. Okay.
Thank you, Melina. Thank you, Omar. So just what I'd like to highlight that all attendees will get a recording of this webinar as well. And the first 35 attendees, you'll be emailed with your incentive and Deliveroo vouchers shortly. And Omar, Melina, did anyone else want to add anything before we conclude? Well, in that case, we appreciate your time, and for everyone joining. For any questions or queries, we are here just at sales@qbsmsp.com, and we appreciate the time which all of you IT pros and enthusiasts have taken out of your busy days today, and we look forward to working more closely with you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, James,
Yes,
QBS,
bye-bye.
Alex, Summer. Thank you for joining. Have a
Cheers.
good day.
Thanks.